Thank you.
Welcome to Jake and I's presentation review about rational inverse equations. Intro and basic steps. Here are the basic steps to solve rational inverse equations. We will be referring to these steps as we demonstrate three separate equations. The equations that we're going to show you start off easy, then progressively get harder.
Okay. How to know if you have a rational function. If you have a fraction with a polynomial, it is a rational function. In order to solve the function, we need to find the inverse. The inverse of the equation helps us to figure out how the mathematical operations are reversed. This is very important.
Yes. So this is our first example. And as you can see, our equation is f of x equals 1 over x. In the first step, we interchange the f of x with y. And in the second step, as you can see, once I get the annotate thing out, we interchange the x with the y. And then in the third step, we don't want anything on the denominator, so we multiply both sides by this y. So now it's xy equals 1. And then in order to get rid of the x and just have it be y, you divide both sides by x, as you can see. So now in our final step, we have y equals 1 over x, or f of negative 1x equals 1 over x.
God. Oh, I can't see this. Go to my phone.
Oops. Okay, here's our second equation.
Okay, in the first step, you have to interchange f of x with y. And the second step, you have to swap the x's and the y's, which puts your y's on the right side and your x on the left side. On step 3, you have to multiply both sides by y plus 2. This gets rid of the denominator. In the next step, you distribute the x. Then in the following step, you subtract 2x and also the y to get the 2x on its own side and the y's on the other side. Then you factor out the y. Then divide both sides by x minus 1 to get y on its own side. Thank you, Will. Then you divide both, wait, never mind. You replace y with f minus 1x. And that is the final step. Thank you for the annotating, Will.
Yep, no problem. And for our third and final example, as you can see, we have, one second, x plus 2 over x minus 4. So in our equation, f of x equals x plus 2 over x minus 4. Our first step, I don't know where my vanishing pen went. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, it keeps on disappearing. In our first step, you interchange the f of x with y. And as we did in our other steps, which is kind of similar and it repeats ourselves, we interchange the y with the x to get the y on the actual fraction. And then in our third step, multiply both sides by the denominator, which in this case is y minus 4. And then as you can see by my little drawing, we distribute the x to y and negative 4. So it's yx minus 4x. And then in order to get the y on the same side and to have the 4x plus 2 by itself, you have to add 4x here. And you have to subtract this y so they cancel out. And then in our next step, you have to factor out a y, as you can see here, to get rid of this y. And then so you have x minus 1 and you have to divide both sides by x minus 1. So these cross out right here. So in our final solution, we have y equals 4x plus 2 over x minus 1. And our finish is f inverse x over x minus 1 Yay. The end. We did it.